Let's
aware.
tell all the women out there, like late 30s, 40s. I learned it the hard way of I do not believe in going to dinners and meetings after like 5 p.m. I don't do it. I did it once in New York, and I through a friend, and the guy ends up wanting to take me to a strip club. In New York, and I'm just like, what? And I went with him to another bar and did this because I was trying to network. You went to the second location
through
a friend. Never go to the second location. Exactly. We talk about that a lot. Never go like abducted or.
It's very true, but Shanna, it's Shanna's tagline.
I always say that's so true. I always say because if you get abducted, you go to the second location, you're going to be killed. You're out for the slaughter. You're done. Yeah. So,
but you do. There's a certain point where you have to. And
what time is yours? Mine's 5 at this point.
Well, 4. Now pretty much 5. And thankfully, the thing that kicked it in there were 2 things that kicked it in for me. One, becoming a mom.
Yes.
I don't have time. I don't have time.
You don't want to make the time.
Even for a
and
female.
If you do have the time,
I
don't want to spend it with that.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. And then the other was, and this is actually going back to the female aspect and whatnot, I became the top seller in my fucking company.
Right.
And that's the best way to be like, hey, you know what? And the bosses come to me. The bosses need me to get stuff done. So there's no, this man's making more because I am in control of that, of my ability to sell.
Right.
So I've then learned, I'm like, I don't need to go to some party, and sell a couple cases of wine on the side. I don't have time and I don't need it. So I had some cool things happen that moved me out of that, but.
So what can we say right now to help folks when they haven't arrived to that kind of confidence yet? Do you know what I'm saying? Because right now, all 3 of us are talking about we had to go through it to learn it to do it.
Dude, so much.
You do. Yeah. But there are certain things that you shouldn't feel bad about putting your foot down and using your boundaries. Like 5 o'clock, there should be a time. What are you willing to do? And know that at the outset, right?
Well, at the end of the day, so I've been through a divorce, and I remember going to a therapist while I was trying to get through that. Yeah. And one of the things that it's used all the time, but it's the analogy of you got to put the oxygen mask on before you know.
Yeah.
And I was, and I would say, oh, but I have to go to X, Y, and Z. And she'd be like, why? Why is it your responsibility? Why is it that you're putting yourself out constantly? And that's what I would say. Because I remember telling you, I felt like a bitch half the time when I was like, no, I don't want to go do that because it's not serving me and I don't want to be doing that. I felt like a bitch. Yeah. And I would ask my friends, be like, check me. Like, am I being a bitch or am I standing up for myself?
So crazy that you say that because I for a moment in time, I kept getting told I was that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
You're
know
being
how to
closed off. You're being a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know how to talk to people. I'm being too rough. Blah 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 blah. But then when I looked at the commonality of where that was coming from,
it's the people that you didn't need in your life
at all.